Hello, so this week we are talking about American Gothic literature elements. As you know, it's also called Dark Romanticism. The time period is between the early 1800s and the mid 1850s, but just like any other literary genre or literary tradition, the stories and the writing style will last a lot longer than what is generally noted. People will write even in modern times, as you know, with our modern horror films and even like Tim Burton, he's still a very gothic writer. So don't get wrapped up in those dates. We still have a very gothic society today, and we like our gothic literature, our gothic stories. Um, but I just wanted to let you know that those dates aren't exactly specific. Please be sure to know that this is a very short survey of the elements of Gothic literature. There are a lot more, and each individual piece goes a lot deeper. So I do hope that you will take the time to delve into these, and whatever you find are the very interesting elements of Gothic literature that you will go on and do further research this week before you do your wiki page. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about are the characteristics of Gothic literature. These are the common elements or the motifs. These are the most obvious parts of Gothic literature. And the first part we're going to look at is the dark setting. Everybody can tell when you're doing or reading a Gothic story or poem or watching a Gothic film, you pretty much can tell it's Gothic just by looking at the setting. So you have this world of pain and destruction and this ominous look to it. We have clouds and fog and mist, and the specific settings are often in the woods like the Blair Witch Project, or in castles like Dracula, and we have haunted houses. Um, and within these haunted houses and castles, we have really bizarre decorating, crazy art with those eyeballs that follow you all over. And in film, we have a lot of Gothic music in the soundtracks. If you listen to Tchaikovsky's Black Swan, that's very Gothic sounding music. And one thing about these dark settings is that our innocent characters are going to go from a very nice and bright and sunny, obviously not Gothic setting, to our Gothic setting. And this is how they become involved, and this is how they get involved with the story, with the themes, with the parables, and with the main characters. This poor innocent person is usually the one that ends up having to solve the problem or solve the mystery of the Gothic story. Another important part of Gothic literature is the supernatural. They're religious beings, but they don't necessarily have to be religious. It's just supernatural can be anything that's not normal to us. Um, so in the religious sense of it, though, you can get the devil, like the devil in Tom Walker. We have angels come sometimes, like guardian angels, especially gods and goddesses. And we get the undead, like my little friend over here in the corner. So we'll have lots of ghosts and hauntings and zombies even. And then we have spirituality, and this is where people are going to question where they are in the world. Are they dead? Are they not dead? Are they in purgatory? And you'll notice that when you read the Emily Dickinson poems about death. She's very spiritual, but she's not really sure where her place in the world is. She's not even sure if she's dead or if she's alive in some of them. So you'll really like those ones. The next part we're going to look at is, yes, my spinning exorcist girl, because she's so gross. We have a lot of grotesqueness in these stories, and it's used to keep your attention and to intrigue the reader. And it builds suspense. You never know what's going to happen next. We get these really bizarre behaviors and deaths. If you look at the exorcist, she was crawling across the ceiling and spewing out vomit. The deaths specifically, you have axes going through brains, and it really shows all that gross and gory stuff. But we also have body snatching, and this is where people like to go steal parts out of the cemetery. They'll steal corpses, they'll just steal specific body parts, like the monster from Frankenstein. He was built out of body parts from a cemetery. So this is your first little taste of American Gothic literature, and we're going to start the next one in just a minute. So please click on part 2 after this. Thank you.